I don't have a formal way that I start these, and it's because I wanted to create a podcast that felt totally organic and natural.
Hmm.
And I want to start off by saying something about you that I've really noticed, and that is you are such a team supporter. And we really appreciate it, and it is noted. And it's those little things. People, they log on, they share, they like, they give a thumbs up, they send an email, they say thank you. You just do that naturally, and there's a maturity in that, and I just really admire it. And it's rare for the entertainment industry. I feel like it can be a struggle, and so people they're really trying to define themselves, right?
Hmm. Yeah.
But when you reach out and you connect with others, then you build a team. And when you have a team that you can rely on, then you find that you flourish much quicker.
Absolutely. And I appreciate you noticing that. And that's something that really, I think, over the years with the maturity, you kind of realize what's important to you. And just like what drew me to the Leighton family is that sense of family and community and celebrating one another and being there for one another. And that's truly what I love. I love seeing people do their art, do the things that they love doing. And because that lights us all up. It
Hmm.
lights them up because they're in alignment doing what they want to do.
Hmm.
But then that joy is spread. And so being able to celebrate that and showing that in others, like letting them see that and appreciate that about themselves is really kind of what I love. I love seeing that in people. So it is kind of a sense of just celebrating. And there are times like I can definitely come across like too much. And sometimes people are like, whoa. But once I think people get to know me, they
Yeah.
understand that it's genuine. I just love being there. And it's some of it's very selfish because I feed off of their energy and it just makes me feel like so wonderful that just to see other people light up and doing what it is that taps into that creativity
Hmm.
and what makes them feel like themselves, if
Hmm.
that makes sense.
One of the things I love to talk about on the podcast is how everybody comes from a different background,
Hmm.
right? And I would love for you to share because you come from a different background than I think most people would expect
Hmm.
for someone that lands in the entertainment industry.
Yes.
Tell me a little bit about that.
So as a kid, I was absolutely obsessed with film and the fantasy and the romance and like really young, I was watching Casablanca and those
Hmm.
sort of things and Cary Grant and all of just loved film. And I did get into acting very young and did that, but went a route where I felt I had to be the adults and grow up and get a real job. And I went to law enforcement,
Hmm.
and really went into that and kind of submerged myself in the role. Really, I kind of look back at it as, there are times where you're scared and all of those things, but you can't show it.
Hmm.
And so, I definitely went into fully embodying that experience and had some wonderful life experiences with that. But it kind of hardened me on a level that I wasn't expecting and kind of brought like a sense of an idea of the world that I don't really truly feel as me. And so it
Hmm.
took a long while to kind of come out of that once I left law enforcement. And there was like, from law enforcement, it went into we owned our own business. We ran a manufacturing company, all of the employees and all of those responsibilities, and starting a family and being a mom and trying to all of the hats like you
Hmm.
speak of.
Yeah.
And it's very difficult. And there was a sense of where I kind of let myself get lost. I got away from any kind of creativity, really.
Hmm.
If it wasn't something dealing with the kids, then that's kind of where I focused, and I love that part of it.
Yeah.
But as things went on, there was that calling still in me. It's like you need to create, you need to connect, and there's this emoting and all of those things, and really connecting with other artists is
Hmm.
what I missed. And so that kind of started me back on that path, and I'm so grateful. that it called me back, that it listened, I guess.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I totally understand that. When I started my boutique production company, I really just wanted to do narrative work.
Mhm.
And then I was like, well, I'm in a commercial market. I can do commercial photography. I can do small corporate commercial work as well.
Mhm.
Um, but something started to feel like it was missing. Something felt off.
Mhm.
Also because it's been such a long journey for me in the entertainment industry. I mean, I was a child actor,
Mhm.
SAG carded eight, been in this business my whole life, obviously raised in the business. That I was like, I learned how to do all this filmmaking stuff so I could make films,
Yeah.
so I could make artistic moments. And and the reason I bring that up is because I think as an agency, we really try to bring both opportunities to the table. Obviously, the commercial work, the corporate work, it's more lucrative,
Yes.
right?
Mhm.
I know you worked on a documentary piece
Yes.
recently, right?
Yes.
Tell us.
So it's funny because the commercial thing, it's lucrative, but there's something missing there. And when Ruth called me up and said, "Hey, I've got this. It's, are you interested?" Yes. And I've had that discussion with Ruth. Like, this is, I'll do the commercial, I'll do that, but this is what I love. And
Right.
so bringing that, I knew I wanted to do it, but more so when I got on set, like there was an experience that I've never had before where I got to meet the real live people that were involved. There was a story there that absolutely needed to be told. And, even in the different films that I've done, they've all kind of gone along the whole line of the action and, me being a cop kind of role or
Mhm.
CIA agent. But getting into this role where, I can't go into details of who was what, all of
Yeah, of
those things,
course.
but
Yeah.
but meeting the people involved in this heavy story, like really had an impact on me. And it opened up something inside of me and made me really start to look at what I'm doing as an artist
Mhm.
and more importantly, where I want to go, what I want to explore and how I want to do that. And, everyone on set just had that same kind of concept of we need to tell this story, we need to do it the right way. And, also as an artist, being able to meet someone that you're going to play,
Mhm.
that was a whole new experience for me. And I was so grateful to be there. For Ruth giving me the call and just everyone on set and the Leighton family, the other people that were there. We got to really like share that experience together.
That's a beautiful thing. The brotherhood, the sisterhood of creativity.
Yes.
And people can take it for granted, and it's something I'm trying to build in our community more and more. That's what I really want because, I didn't experience it as much in my life. I
Mhm.
feel like it's an isolating job being an actor at times, especially now that we self-tape and
Mhm.
we don't have that sense of community. But that's part of why I started the podcast, because I wanted people to be able to come together, see other people talk and share. And, we're just beginning to try to really foster this community. And that's what's so important for me. So I love that you felt that.
Mhm.
I love that you're, as I commented in the beginning, such a huge part of making community,
Mhm.
and you really make the effort. And I think that's part of what makes you special as an artist.
Thank you. I appreciate that. And what I love so much is what you're creating and what you've already created here is just like a safe space. So flashing back to when I was a kid and in LA trying to do, with zero direction. There was no one
Mhm.
there that I knew to reach out to. I'm sure there were a few, but it really felt very different in that time. And that's what I think let me get lost and look at kind of the negative elements that I was seeing there. Um, and probably helps me, because it really was I need to shift this way because this isn't working.
Mhm.
And I felt so alone. I felt so scared in acting and kind of trying to pursue that. I did have, I had one high school teacher that was like trying to get me to go to NYU and all of the different things. But there wasn't that sense of community that I could find. Maybe it was the location, maybe it was the time, maybe it was a lot of different things. But coming here and being in your class and being with the other students and just the environment that you create really just like, it just feels like home. It doesn't,
Yeah.
and it's a place where we get to express our art. Like it doesn't, we learn stuff from you, from others, and about the industry, but it's really what I love about it is it's a place to act. It's that interacting with other artists and just really getting a place to explore and tap into what it is that we love doing, because I think so many times we can be on set and it's more about hitting your mark, and it's well, we didn't hit that inflection, let's do another take and do it this way. Whereas in class we get to play. It's like it's molding us, playing in the dirt and doing all of those things. So it's just such a wonderful community that you've built and are continuing to build. So I'm excited, very excited.
We're working on it. I always say on the podcast, the best part of an agency are the talent.
Mhm.
And so we just want to say thank you so much.
Well, thank you. I mean, the agency is so wonderful, just with Ruth listening to us, and really, like, there's a spirit in her that just wants to fight for us and find the right things for us. So I appreciate you. I appreciate your mom. It's just such a wonderful community to be a part of. Thank you.